I think another important thing why I must read the Bible is it will help us spot any fakes or false preachers or any forgeries of the gospel. Because as we see in God's word, we are warned quite a lot about false teachers. In 2 Corinthians 11, 3 verse 15, for such men are false prophets, deceitful workers, disguising themselves as apostles of Christ. No wonder, for even Satan disguises himself as an angel of light. Therefore it is not surprising if his servants also disguise themselves as servants of righteousness, whose end will be according to their deeds. Colossians 2:8. See to it that there is no one who takes you captive through philosophy and empty deception, according with human tradition, in accordance with the elementary principles of this world, rather than in accordance with Christ. 2 Peter 2:1. But false prophets also appearing among the people, just as there will be false teachers among you, who will secretly introduce destructive heresies, even denying the master who bought them, bring swift destruction upon themselves. Matthew 7:15. Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but are inwardly ravenous wolves. 2 Timothy 4:3-4. For this time will come when they will not tolerate sound doctrine, but wanting to have their ears tickled, they will accumulate for themselves teachers in accordance with their own desires, and they will turn their ears away from the truth and turn aside to myth. And 1 John 4:1. Beloved, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see whether you are from God, because many false prophets have gone out into the world. When I was researching this, I found it so interesting. That's 6 different warnings in 6 different books of the New Testament. And when I was just looking at this, there's actually more warnings. The Bible continuously warns us that there's the struggles. It says, for our battle is not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers. We're in the battle where we are trying to save people, we're trying to bring people to God, but we're in a battle where Satan wants to take as many people away from that as possible to try hinder the church and slow us down. So we need to be able to prepare and be able to see who are of God and who are of not God. Because even like it says, Satan comes as an angel of light. It's not always obvious. So I like the analogy of how people spot forgeries when it comes to art or money. They don't learn about what's the latest forgery, what's the latest forging technique, what's the latest way to copy things. What they do is they study the original so well that you can just naturally and easily find any inconsistencies when it comes to, say, fake money, fake notes or something. They know the original so well, that's how you can spot the fake, that's how you can spot the forgery. It's not that you spend so much time learning about the forgeries. And that's what regularly reading God's word helps us, is it's filling our hearts with God's word. It's helping us understand and know God's word, so that if someone comes along preaching God's word, you'll be able to see and discern who they are. So just like the Bereans did in Acts 17:11, now these people were noble-minded than those in Thessalonica, for they received the word with great eagerness, examining the scriptures daily to see whether these things were true. So to me, there's 2 things there. A lot of times people always just focus on they examine the scriptures to see if it was true. But before that, they received it with eagerness. They were always happy to have someone come in. They were happy to have Paul come and preach. And they received God's word with eagerness. But they always went back to the Bible to make sure what was being said is true. And we should be doing that ourselves for everyone.